Hi, this is Dan Morales. I wanted to give you a quick update to the Home Affordable Refinance Program, or what's commonly referred to as the HARP program version 2.0. The HARP program is a special government refinance program that makes it easier for you to refinance your home. It allows you to refinance even if you owe more than what your home is worth. Now keep in mind this program is only available if your loan is owned by Fannie Mae or Freddie Mac. In order to be eligible, your loan has to have been sold to Fannie Mae or Freddie Mac prior to June 1 of 2009. Now, if you have an FHA, VA, or USDA rural housing loan, unfortunately, you're not eligible for this program. If your current loan closed after June 1 of 2009, you're also not eligible for this program. Now, just because you're not eligible for this program doesn't mean that you can't benefit from refinancing in some form. So what's the big deal when it comes to the HARP program? Probably the biggest selling feature of this program is it gives you the ability to refinance even if you owe more than what your home is worth. If your current loan does not have any form of PMI insurance, your new loan would not require mortgage insurance, and that's true even if the new loan has less than 20% equity, or even if you're upside down as part of the new transaction. If your current loan has PMI insurance, the cost of that mortgage insurance would remain consistent with what you have currently right now on your current mortgage. In addition, many clients are able to refinance without having to have a new appraisal done as part of the transaction. Fees are capped to ensure you save as much as possible, and verification of income and assets is minimal if required at all. Now, a lot of clients are concerned about credit history. This one's pretty simple. You can only have one mortgage payment that was made 30 days late within the last year. That mortgage payment cannot have been made late within the last 6 months. If you have any 30-day late mortgage payments within the last 6 months, that would make you ineligible for this program. Your payment history on all other accounts, for the most part, is pretty much ignored. So what about income? Minimal income verification is required, and in some cases, believe it or not, income verification isn't required at all. Your income can have decreased since your last mortgage, and in many cases, a higher than normal debt-to-income ratio will still allow you to qualify when it's all said and done. Now, some of the common questions that I get in regards to the HARP program is, can I refinance a first and second mortgage as part of this program? Or in other words, can I combine a first and second mortgage into the new loan? The answer is no. This program only allows you to refinance the current first mortgage. Your second mortgage, unfortunately, cannot be combined as part of the loan. What if I have a home equity loan or a second mortgage currently? If you have a home equity or a second mortgage currently, that loan has to stay in its current form. So in other words, you can't do anything with it, and it has to go back into a second position as part of the new loan. If this is applicable to you, we'll help you figure through or work through the details of how that's done. How do I know if I have a loan that is one that's owned by Fannie Mae or Freddie Mac? On our website, you'll find links to both Fannie Mae's website as well as Freddie Mac's, where you can look up to see if your property is actually owned by Fannie Mae or Freddie Mac, or if your mortgage is owned by Fannie Mae or Freddie Mac. What if I'm no longer married to the spouse that was on the loan with me? You can actually refinance, remove the spouse from the transaction. Now, there is one qualifier here. You have to be able to show that you've been making the monthly payment for the last 12 months. If you can't document that you've been making the payment for the last 12 months, you may not be eligible to remove that spouse. Now, what if my spouse has passed away? In that case, there's not much you have to do other than to provide proof that the spouse is deceased. What if I no longer live in a property? Maybe it was a property that at the point where you took the mortgage out, it was your primary residence, and now it's a rental property. Believe it or not, that is actually still eligible for the flexibility of this program. What if I have investment properties that I purchased using a mortgage that was held by Fannie Mae or Freddie Mac? You can refinance those properties as well, so it's not limited to just owner-occupied properties. The same thing is true if you have a second home property. Can I take a different term than what I have currently? You can certainly do that. We have a lot of clients who had a 30-year fixed rate mortgage that have opted to go down to a 15 or 20-year fixed rate mortgage. Now, one of the other common questions I get is, do I have to have any money to close? The answer is, in most cases, your closing cost can be rolled into the mortgage, and typically you would not have to have any cash at closing. How long does it take to refinance? In most cases, if an appraisal is not required, you can actually close anywhere from 2 to 4 weeks from the point where you make application. If your transaction is a little more complex, or if you have a second mortgage that needs to be subordinated, that processing time can go from 30 to 60 days, depending on how long it takes to get some of those things documented. So how do you know if it's worth it for you to refinance? One of the things that we do is we do a break-even analysis. We look at what your costs are, how much you look to save, and how quickly you'll break even. One of the other things that we do is we do also do a number of transactions where there's no closing cost. In lieu of getting a lower interest rate, you take a slightly higher interest rate and pay zero closing cost. In those cases your break-even point is immediate. You make money, or you save money immediately. So how do you get started with refinancing your property? It's relatively simple. You can contact our group at 616-931-4629, or you can complete an application online at www.danmorales.com. Application is available at no cost and no obligation. Once we receive your information, we can very quickly determine what your options would be that are available to you. We've been originating home affordable refinance loans since they originally came out in early 2009. We've done a lot of these transactions and have saved clients a ton of money. We'd love to have the opportunity to save you some money as part of the home affordable refinance program. And even if you're not eligible for the home affordable refinance program, you may find that you're still eligible to save some money under the standard refinance program. And in those cases, again, it's to your benefit. So give us a call, 616-931-4629, or hit the website at www.danmorales.com. Thanks for taking the time to watch this video.